Good morning. I hope you are doing well. So, this morning I'll be teaching you how to plot a traverse, and I'll be using this question. So, the question is saying, during a field survey, two rock outcrops, A and B, were mapped and found out to be located at a distance of 50 meters apart on one side of a river, and a third outcrop C was seen across the river, not accessible. Briefly explain how you will determine or locate the position of outcrop C using your compass, that is, distances AC and BC. So let's try to interpret this question graphically. So the question is saying two outcrops now are on the same side of the river, meaning they are on the same side of the river and their distance apart is 50 meters. So first of all, now your paper cannot take 50 meters. You need to establish a scale. Okay, we need to establish a scale. So I'll be using this scale. 1 is to 500. That is to say 1 centimeter on paper is the same thing as 500 centimeter on ground. And since the distance they gave us in the question is in meters, so we need to convert this distance on ground into meter. So our scale now will be reading 1 centimeter is equals to 500 divided by 100. So these two zeros now cancel these two zeros. You'll be left with 5 meters. So therefore 1 centimeter is equals to 5 meters. Let's interpret the question graphically. We are having A here, B here, and let's say they are on the other side of the river. So let's say this is the river dividing A, B from C. So let's say this is the river R, and the distance between A and B is 50 meters. It's 50 meters. So are we going to write 50? No, because you can decide to write 50, but to make it so simple now, I'm going to convert this 50 given in the question to centimeters, so that you are going to measure anything we get after conversion from A to B. So X centimeter is equals to 50 meters. Now you can cross multiply. Our X now will be 50 meter times 1 centimeter divided by 5 meters. This meter now will cancel this meter. 50 times 1 is 50. 50 divided by 5 is 10. That's 10 centimeter. The distance from A to B is 10 centimeter. So you are going to measure 10 centimeter from A to B. As I said, you can decide to use your 50, but you make sure when you are measuring it, it must be 10 centimeter. That's from the scale I'm using. If you are using 1000, maybe it may be 5 centimeters. I hope you're getting it. So somebody may decide to write here maybe 50 meters is the same thing, but the distance here on paper must be 10 centimeter. So this is 10 centimeter, and you definitely know that there must be a coordinate here. There must be a coordinate. So when you are on field now, how do you locate C on the other side of the river? And the question is saying the sea is not accessible because the river maybe is very large, or one reason or the other. How do you access it now? You come to A here, take your compass, take the bearing of C. Let's assume the bearing of C from A, let me say A to C. The bearing A to C, you got, let's say you got let's say 45 degree. So I'm just assuming if you're on field, definitely you'll get a value, you understand? So let's say you got 45 degree, and you come to B again. You stand at the point of B, you take the bearing of C. Let's say from B to C now, you got let me say 298 for instance. That's what you got when you took the bearing of C from B. So you have these bearings already. We want to determine the distance from A to C and from B to C. You will bring your coordinates, this bearing, come to A to C. Let's say you use your protractor, measure 45. 45 degrees in the first quadrant. So you measure 45 degree, you get something maybe like this. So I'm just using freehand gauge. It may be rough, it may be wrong. So just try to make it so smart. You measure 45 degree. You don't know the length. You just have to just draw it as long as you can. You get it? You just have to just draw it as long as you can. Then B to C is 298. You come here, you measure 298. It's in the fourth quadrant. Then you measure it 298 using your protractor. Let's say it went somehow like this. Where these two lines meet each other, where they cross, that's the exact point of the outcrop C. I hope you are getting it. That's the exact point where C is located. Where the line A to C and line B to C meets. That's the exact point where you can locate the C. Since we can locate this now since we have plotted this one correctly on our paper, so we can take our ruler now to measure the distance with our ruler to measure the distance from A to C. Assuming we get, let's say let me say 9 centimeter, and here let's say we still may use our ruler to measure from B to C. We say we get 8 centimeter. Yeah, I hope you can understand it. This is 8. You got 8 centimeter. So I know definitely if they ask you of the distance in meters, I know you can get it, because the only thing you need to do is to relate this distance to your scale. Then you can get what you want. Our scale is 1 centimeter is equals to 5 meters. Then 9 centimeter will give us how many meters? Will give us how many meters? X. So our X now will be 9 centimeter times 5 meters. Divided by 1 centimeters is equals to, take your calculator, 9 times 5 is 45. So you are having 45 centimeter, 45 meters rather, because this centimeter now will cancel this centimeter. So you are having 45 meters from A to C. This is the distance A to C. So you'll do the same thing. You do the same thing from B to C. Let's say what you're going to get. 8 times 5 is 40. So you will be having 40 B to C. So peradventure they ask you this kind of question, you are going to assume values for these bearings, but if you are on field, you need to carry it out. You need to carry out practicals. You understand? But if they give you this question without giving you any bearing from A to C, B to C, so you just need to tell them that you assume that these values, these are the bearings that you may get on field. And if you get these bearings now, this is how you go about it to get your C. I hope you get what I'm saying. This is 40 meter. So if there is anything that you don't understand, just let me know. Just let me know. I think I'll make it so precise and so clear that everybody can understand. So thank you.